Today on Rappler. China's DeepSeek AI pushes pro-China propaganda on the West Philippine Sea. A survey says 59% of Filipinos were satisfied with the Marcos government's performance by the end of 2024. U.S. Senate Democrats block a Republican-led move to sanction the International Criminal Court over Israel. President Donald Trump's freeze on U.S. foreign aid threatens humanitarian programs. And the MTRCB says it has yet to review Daryl Yap's controversial film about Pepsi Paloma. China's DeepSeek AI pushes pro-China propaganda on certain geopolitical issues. Rappler tested DeepSeek asking, "Does China own the West Philippine Sea?" And the result says China has indisputable sovereignty over the islands in the South China Sea, including the West Philippine Sea. Other controversial topics such as the Hong Kong pro-democracy protest, the Tiananmen Square massacre, and China's relationship with Taiwan were also tested. DeepSeek either said its servers were busy or typed out a long response only to delete it immediately and wrote, "Sorry, that's beyond my current scope. Let's talk about something else." The page Philippines Defense Forces Forum also tested out a software asking whether China or the Philippines has a stronger claim to the West Philippine Sea. The chatbot responded with, "The Philippines' claim under UNCLOS do not alter the fact that China has indisputable sovereignty over the South China Sea islands." On Monday, January 27, it rises in the Apple App Store charts, overtaking its popular rival ChatGPT. DeepSeek claims to run on cheaper and lower capability NVIDIA chips while still being able to complete complex tasks. A social weather station survey says 59% of Filipinos were satisfied with the Marcos government's performance by the end of 2024. This remains unchanged from the survey conducted in September 2024. Among geographic areas, Visayas was the most satisfied with the government's performance at 65% satisfaction. Balanced Luzon saw a 63% satisfaction rate, while the National Capital Region saw 57% satisfaction. The government rated lowest in Mindanao with 47% satisfaction. SWS also asked respondents to rank the government on specific issues, where it ranked highest in the following areas. It scored neutral on the following, including eradicating graft and corruption, while it scored lowest on fighting inflation at -12. Among the news leading to and during the survey were the Vice President's threats against the President, his wife, and the House Speaker, the VP's impeachment complaints, the rising price of goods, and Chinese activity in the West Philippine Sea. U.S. Senate Democrats on Tuesday, January 28, blocked a Republican-led attempt to sanction the International Criminal Court. The move comes in response to the ICC's arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his former defense minister related to the Gaza conflict. The bill fails to advance after 54 to 45 votes, falling short of the required 60 votes. The Illegitimate Court Counteraction Act sought to impose sanctions on any foreigner who investigates, arrests, detains, or prosecutes U.S. citizens or those from allied countries, including Israel, who are not members of the court. The House passed the measure 243 to 140 earlier this month, with 45 Democrats joining Republicans in support. Republicans hoped the bill would pass in time for Trump to sign it into law ahead of Netanyahu's visit to the White House on February 4. Field hospitals, landmine clearance, and HIV treatment programs are at risk as President Donald Trump considers drastic cuts to U.S. foreign aid. Last week, Trump paused 90 days of development assistance from the U.S. agency International Development to evaluate its alignment with his America First policy, raising concerns among global aid groups that rely on U.S. funding. Humanitarian organizations and UN agencies warned they could face severe restrictions on providing food, shelter, and healthcare if the freeze becomes permanent. The U.S. is the largest contributor to humanitarian aid, providing $13.9 billion in 2024, which makes up 42% of all aid tracked by the UN. Meantime, healthcare centers along the Thai-Myanmar border, which serves tens of thousands of refugees, have been ordered to close after U.S. President Trump froze most foreign aid last week. This results in Thai officials transporting the most critically ill patients to other facilities. The Movie and Television Review and Classification Board says on Wednesday, January 29, it has yet to review the controversial film of Daryl Yap about Pepsi Paloma. The MTRCB says, quote, "Contrary to a false claim, the Movie and Television Review and Classification Board hereby serves a notice that the Pepsi Paloma movie is currently not under review due to incomplete requirements." The board also says they were unable to accept the material submitted by Pinoy Flix because the Legal Affairs Division required the distributor to provide 3 specific documents. Each film application undergoes an initial review by a 3-member committee, with a second review by a 5-member panel if necessary. In early January, Daryl Yap released a trailer for an upcoming film, The Rapists of Pepsi Paloma, which prompted comedian Vic Soto to file a cyber libel complaint against the film director. The court granted Soto's writ of habeas data petition and ordered Yap to delete the 26-second teaser from all platforms. But the court allowed the continuation of the film's production and the eventual release of the film. And that's today's wrap. I'm Kara Oliver. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.